Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video we are taking a look at Bitcoin and is it potentially going down to $89,000 in next 24 hours? We'll talk about all of that in this video. I'll take you over Ethereum as well, and we'll also take a look at what Tom Lee says. He reveals why Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are still crashing. He reveals it all. We'll look at what he says, okay? And there's some other couple of articles as well we'll go over. There's a lot of bearishness in the market right now, and everyone is talking bearish. Everyone was saying to the moon, $200,000 million. Well, look, those are eventually or can be still the possibilities, but is the price action telling us that today? And the answer is no, it's not telling us that today, my friends. It's not telling us anything like that. We are bearish right now in Bitcoin. And the way things are looking like right now at 94,000, yes, we are at 94,000, that's just testing the base. We may be potentially going down to $89,000 in next 24 hours. Again, nothing is guaranteed in stock market. We have to trade with the price action. So let's take a look at all of that. Once I also let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So as I said, Bitcoin is in the downtrend still, and I'm on the daily interval. You can also use the reference line here, a basic trend line, and you can see we are still in the lower highs, lower lows. Nothing has really changed. If you are a bull, like if you're a trader, first of all, let's start there. If you are a long-term holder on Bitcoin and you believe that this thing is the future, then none of this matters to you. Technically, you are just collecting Bitcoin. You don't compare then the fiat with the Bitcoin, because your intention is that Bitcoin is Bitcoin. That's it. You count in the Bitcoin numbers. However, that's not the current situations. For many of us, the world we live in, we still need fiat currency, right? So definitely all these things, price going down affects your net worth, right? You still want to manage. You can't just get unlimited Bitcoin. You don't have unlimited money in the world, right? So anyways, my point being, if you're a long-term holder, not even a trader on Bitcoin, then your situation is different. You are not looking at as, oh, it's a decline. You're more looking at that as, oh, wow, can I possibly get more if I just want to get more and more Bitcoin? But there's also a point that, as I say, if you're a trader, if you are also wanting to look not just at Bitcoin as a Bitcoin, but also like, is its value going to go up in US dollars and other currencies? Then no, this is not the time to buy. You are a trader, then you should not be even in the position right now, okay? Because it's bearish. You can be in the short position, that's a different thing. You shouldn't be in the long position is what I'm saying. So let's talk about, first we'll talk about $89,000 in just a second, but why and where actually this thing, if it has to turn bullish, what it will have to do. So as I just drew you this trend line, we'll have to regain above that. Very simple, okay? And there's a combination actually with the zone and the level, and that is around $100,000. So what you'll have to see is Bitcoin doing something over here without getting to $89,000, because technically the target is $89,000 right now. It's already looking like it's wanna flush into the liquidity. We'll see what Tom Lee is saying. Actually, it just came out 2 hours ago. And you will have to see this thing come up and then break trend line and $100,000 zone. That's the zone where structure will only turn around without breaking further below, if we break out above $100,000 and the trend line, okay? That's your current ongoing strong resistance. $89,000 is a next important zone of price action, and that's where the magnet is right now. That is $89,000, this zone down here. Can we possibly go there? But technically, as I said, yeah, price action is looking like that's the next zone it wanna go. And the way Bitcoin moves in next 24 hours, it's possible, especially as Monday is approaching. Liquidity is gonna increase. When I say liquidity increase, like, more exchanges would start happening of Bitcoin, and you can also see the, understanding through the volumes, right? The volumes through the flushes, right? Through the flush of the break of the important levels is just so strong. This tells you that, stop losses are hitting for sure, but also short sellers are piling in it. These are huge volumes coming in, right, at these important levels. So anyhow, as I said, 89,000, but if it want to turn around, we'll have to see it hold above 93,995 technically, or 93,923 around. Will we, if we want to start turn around, we got to start holding here and start to get closer to above like 98. Then only bulls will start to have a room for that continuation above that $100,000 and that trend line. Otherwise, $89,000 in the next 24 hours is very possible. Again, nothing is guaranteed here, guys. We have to trade with the price action, but that's right now is possibly the probability. All right. There's definitely, if we lose 89,000, I don't want to put this out right now, but if we, let's say, get to 89 and we start to lose that eventually in coming days, well, then $75,000 is the next room for. That's like your whole discount technically. If you believe in Bitcoin long term, that's like, something different. Anyways, all right, so that's a little bit about Bitcoin. Let's, while we're on the Bitcoin topic, let's talk about what Tom Lee and other things are happening, what Tom Lee is saying. Then we'll take a look at Ethereum as well, because Ethereum is doing a bit better than Bitcoin. Okay, Tom Lee reveals why Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are still crashing. So the first paragraph just goes over the detail of, not just detail, even just very, high level summary, but here you go. Bitmain chairman Tom Lee says the latest crypto market weakness may be linked to one or more large market makers facing a serious financial gap in their balance sheets. He said the current price drop looks like a situation where bigger players are trying to trigger liquidations and push Bitcoin lower on purpose. According to him, this kind of pressure often happens when large trading firms are in trouble, and it can create sharp price moves that look worse than they really are. He's definitely optimistic, but yeah, will price action is what we'll have to follow. At least that's what I follow. You do your thing. Lee also said that this downturn is short-term pain and does not change the bigger long-term growth plan for Ethereum and blockchain adoption by Wall Street. He didn't say Bitcoin here for some reason. Anyways, he warned that this is not safe time to use leverage as the risk of forced liquidation is high. Yeah, definitely. If you are trading bullish, you shouldn't be on the leverage for sure in the downtrend, right? Because yeah, it's going against you. You're gonna get liquidated. Despite the negative sentiment, he expects that the stability and recovery could return within 6 to 8 weeks, likely sometime after Thanksgiving. 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. That's his saying. Okay. Again, price action is what I follow. And, there are some other articles, high level, this Scaramucci family pours 100 million into Trump's son's Bitcoin mining firm. Bitcoin to eclipse gold, Eric Trump says. And yeah, so many other things. There is, a lot of negative articles right now, which is the case always in the market, right? When things are, they'll keep pumping and then they'll keep, downgrading, just to out of nowhere, just because the sentiment is like that. Bitcoin to crash to 60,000. Top analysts highlights grim scenario. It says that it will be determined by 24 to 72 hours. So what they're also saying is technically on the weekly interval, there's a 50 weeks moving average actually that Bitcoin has lost. I don't think, well, do they say the 50 weeks? At least that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, the 50 week is what also they are also looking at. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so this is what also I was looking at, and I'm gonna give you another thing here on the weekly interval on Bitcoin. So yeah, we are losing that 50 weeks moving average over there, which Bitcoin has held since 2023, March of 2023, where it got above that, and whenever it has lost it previously, it has gone down to pretty much the bottoms. It has scrapped the bottoms pretty much, right? And it has done just that right now, is what they're also saying. So that's also a negative sentiment. I don't think $60,000 is the likely scenario. I would still stick with like 74,000 or 75,000. I think 60,000 is too low in their way of saying. So, anyways, oh well, one more thing I wanted to tell you is on the weekly interval. There is also this one more reference line that technically we are losing it now. Well, let me draw it correctly. I mean, these are reference line, guys, so you'll have to take it as a grain of salt. But yeah, we are, no matter how you draw this thing, we are almost just losing it. This is not going to work because we also have a 1A here, which is a recent one, so we'll have to take that into account, and with the previous at least the one. So yeah, no, so you can see that things are a little bit getting very weak day by day, and also many confluences are just still aligning to the downside on Bitcoin. Anyways, that's your Bitcoin. Let's get to Ethereum. Anyways, taking a look at Ethereum, it's at a zone, which is a very important critical zone. But however, just because it's at a zone doesn't mean that it's a buy, but this is a zone where it needs to hold, because if we lose it, then we are watching like 22,294 area. So if we lose this 3,000 around, so yeah, it's also bearish right now. Nothing has changed on Ethereum as well. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video, and with that, we'll see you in the next video. So take care, bye.